Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Gorilla Zoe, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Let's go.
Clean hands, dirty gloves, what it is and what it was, all business.
All right, so we got a living legend on the porch with us today, Gorilla Zoe. Welcome, man.
Man, appreciate it in the flesh. What's happening?
Nah, man, it's an honor to have you sitting on these steps with us today, man.
Man, likewise, it's a blessing to be able to be here.
Yeah, no, that's love right there,
Yeah.
man. You know, kick it off, introduce your people sitting up here, let everyone know who's who as well.
What's happening? It's your boy Gorilla Zoe. I'm here with my brother, DJ T3. You know what I'm saying? My childhood partner, Kai. You know what I'm talking about? 4500. And my son, Zay. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, I just wanted, you know what I'm saying, kick it authentically.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we was sitting on the porch. You know what I'm saying? Me and Dog, we used to sit on my mama's porch when we were little. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't never sat on the porch with my jit. So it's the first time. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, jumping on the porch. You feel me? But now I won't sit on the porch, but like, you know what I mean, what this represent, you know what I'm saying, is like, you know, the foundation. Yeah. And that's actually what the porch is connected to, the foundation of the house.
Absolutely, so, yeah. No, that's very true, man. So, you know, we got a lot of history to talk about. We got a lot of topics. So let's take it back to you jumping off the porch. Like, do you remember how old you were when you first jumped off the porch?
14. Something like that, like 14. You know what I'm saying? That was out the porch. I was out the house. 14, we probably jumped out the porch like 10, 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't no more porch. About 14, you got to go find your own porch.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's a different age, different, you know what I'm saying, different generation, and a different world.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, it ain't nothing to glorify, you know what I mean? Right now it's about, you know, get your money, you know what I'm saying, and stay on the porch as long as you can. Mm-hmm. You know, stay on the porch as long as you can, man, and learn as much as you can, man, before you jump off of it.
Yeah. And I think with social media, that kind of gives the kids an advantage. Like, they can be on there and see what's going to happen when they jump off the porch.
For sure.
Whereas, you know, me and you, when we jumped off the porch, we was going out there blind.
You can't see nothing but the couple streets, couple blocks, you know what I'm saying, your inner neighborhood that's all you know. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, it's just hearsay, he say, she say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely was blind. You know, well, that's what we want to do. We want to open up eyes and ears, you know, to what's happening, and you know, push forward only.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So before you were Gorilla Zoe, who were you? What were you doing before the music, before the big deals and everything?
I was always Zoe. I'm Alonzo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Alonzo. That's who I am. I'm a child of God. You know what I'm saying? Son of the Most High. So, living life, finding my way, as you know, as we all have to. You know what I mean? We gotta, you know, find our direction on this earth. But I was, you know, just growing and glowing, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I did everything. I tried everything, all kind of jobs, all kind of hustles. You know. I don't think I missed a step. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was you know, here and there, but journey started off, you know, as a young teenager. You know what I'm saying? You know, later kid. You know what I'm saying? East Point. You know what I'm talking about? And it went from the Point. You know what I'm talking about? To you know, West Side, East Side. Definitely stuck it out on the East Side. Did a lot. You know, over there with Block and so forth and so on. But yeah, that's who I am.
Yeah. And what were some of the trials and tribulations, you know, you had to overcome in your life during those teenage years, during those early years, before we got to know Gorilla Zoe?
Before trials and tribulations, finding out who you are, learning who you are, and being able to step into the shoes that was already there for me. Was trials and tribulations, not being able to communicate with my father, just being a man out here by myself. You got to get hard quick. You know what I'm saying? So being able to take care of myself. But you know, pretty much learned all, you know, what I need to do through that now, and it was a blessing out, you know, to be able to be surrounded by, you know what I'm saying, some real ones to help, you know, guide. Yeah.
I feel always like the OGs in your life, they kind of mold you into who you become.
They know who you're supposed to be before you do.
Real shit.
Yeah.
So how did you link up with Block at first? Like, were you already doing music at the time, or?
Just going through the hustle, doing studios, trying to make beats, trying to sell studio time. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do nothing but get off cover, you know, sacks here and there and keep the bills paid. And I said, man, this ain't working. You know, this equipment collecting dust. Keep bringing this stuff for me to buy, keep buying it, and it's collecting more dust. Let me figure out how to use it. So, you know, learning how to use the equipment, and making some records. I started making some cool records. My man Chris Flame was bringing the beats, and I was like, man, I want to sell some of them. Like, we can definitely sell them. So he called some folks. My price was a little too high. For the first folks he called, but then I'm like, man, he was like, man, he was doing something with, I think with Lil Jon, man. I was like, man, I sell it to John, and I think he wanted to get it, but I ain't had no name, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we ain't paying dog that. Well, we figured it out. So he had got the record over the Block, and I was trying to sell it to Boyz N Da Hood.
Oh, really?
I was trying to sell Hood nigga to Boyz N Da Hood. And Block was like, boy, you gonna have to rap it. And you gotta know, I don't met enough rappers. I'm 23, 20, you know what I'm saying? I'm 23 at the time, 24. I don't met enough rappers. No, I don't want to be no rapper. I don't want to be no rapper, man. Nah, y'all can. I want the money. He was like, nah, you gonna have to rap this. How? He was like, these boys write their own stuff. They finna rap your stuff, and then your voice, ain't nobody gonna be able to redo it like this. You might as well just rap it. So we sat there, and I fought it. And it really wasn't no fighting, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the man they got cars, got all kind of things. I'm like, man, you know, if this is the path I gotta go, this path is okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
Did you fall in love with it right away, or?
Hell no. Hell no, I had these little niggas to feed. I had a handful of kids already, man. I'm like, man, we gotta go do this. We gotta show up everywhere. I'm used to, you know, if I show up, my hand, I give you something, you give me something, you know, I do a job, you know, I'm used to getting paid like that. And I'm like, man, we gotta go here, man. This shit costs me money every day. Every time we move, it costs money. You ain't making the money, but I understood. Thank God I was blessed. I had already been in that sandbox, you know what I'm saying? So once you realize that, you know, you just pouring into the coffin. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You just pouring into it, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna pop. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened, you know what I'm saying? So it might have took like 6 months.
Okay.
Six months. And that's good, because sometimes it takes 2-3 years for an artist or a record. Yeah. But Block already had motion, so all I had to do was really just ride the wave. Man, listen, if your folk got motion, just ride the wave.
If they want to put you on, let them.
The path already beat before you ride the wave, pimp.
Yeah. So you end up in Boyz N Da Hood.
So I'm saying, the folks already had motion.
So was that like his idea, just like, hey, Zoe, I got an open slide, or like?
Yeah, he did. He did. And it was, like, them boys they was working on the second album.
Okay.
And I came in, Dog was gone, and it was an easy fit for me. All I had to do was, you know, I had a bunch of stories to tell. You feel me? I'm fresh. Hey man, come on, let's go, let's get it. I'll do some hooks and but we got this in the bag. Let's go. So
you didn't feel any type of pressure, like you had to live up, you know, to Jeezy's shoes or anything like that?
I knew I was already, I'm fresh out the streets. I ain't seen nobody, I know who out here. I know who know the stories, the lingo, you know what I'm saying? You really from it, you know what's going on. I ain't gotta say too much. Hey man, say man, you know, hey man. Hey, that was it. It was just, I'm gonna take this story, take some names out, take some shit out and reflip it, make it rhyme.
Yeah.
It's gonna go for it.
What were those studio sessions like? Was it like all of you guys in the studio at once, just bouncing ideas off, or how was that second album created?
We was in there. I worked 2 studios at the same time.
Oh wow.
So I working the Boyz N Da Hood session and working Gorilla Zoe session.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a relationship with any of the other members at the time before you joined, or?
No, it went to them. It went to them. I met everybody, and, you know what I'm saying? We built a rapport. You know, they had to, you know, it was, you know, they also had to accept me into.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask. Like, did they embrace you as well?
I mean, you know, said it too. You know, look at you. Hey man, let's see what you really got going on. But when it's authentic, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, God first, everything after. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? It's authentic. I can't change up if I wanted to. Right now to the day, I can't change up if I wanted to.
Yeah. And
Gift and the curse.
Nah, for real. And there were some hits on that album. Of course, everybody know me.
Yeah. Well, I remember we shot 3 days in a row, 4 days. Jock shot at coffee shop for 2 days. I was in that. Then we shot Everybody Know Me.
So you got shot those back to back.
And then we shot Hood Nigga. All them shit were back to back.
That's a hell of a week.
It's a hell of a lot of money, hell of a lot of everything, yeah.
Ice Cube was on the album too.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Was that something you guys just sent out to him, or did he pull up on you guys, or did you guys go out to LA, or?
No, you know that's a call above and beyond where I was at. That's blocked. You know what I'm saying? I can't even tell you. You know what I'm saying? That's. I couldn't believe it. You know, I'm like, well, this shit is crazy. It's moving and grooving. Whatever moving and grooving is, it's moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? Fast.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when it's time, everything fall in line.
And I think Block Boys, that was my favorite song on the album, man.
That was hard.
That was a hard track.
Shout out to all the Block Boys out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So how'd you feel about the album, you know, when you guys completed it right before you dropped it? Like, do you think, all right, we know this shit gonna go up, or where are you at mentally?
For me, I was already up. My goal was to get, my goal was to take care of my kids, get out the streets, and do something with myself.
Yeah.
So once you already, like, I'm up. I ain't always, y'all gonna go, how many platinum and the gold, and this going to, man, I don't care about that. Man, I come from the real world, boy. I'm trying to get out of here, boy. So, you know, I just being in the mix, I was grateful. You know what I'm saying? When stuff started hitting, I was like, you know, I was like, hey, you gonna be a one hit, but at least I got a hit. I was like, I'm out of here, boy. What? Y'all saying I got a hit? Hooray! Nigga, like, what you mean? You'll be
Yeah, that phrase always baffles me. Like, one hit wonder. Like, shit, a lot of people, that's all they need.
Man,
you'll live off that hit forever.
Amen. Won't he do it?
But luckily for you, that wasn't the only hit.
But hey, man, yeah, and that was crazy, because I was like, that was my validation. I'm like, boy, he just gonna be a one-hit wonder? But if y'all knew I wasn't looking for no hit, I was just trying to get me some money. Okay, I'll take the one-hit wonder, and then, you know, but God got his own plans. You know what I'm saying? You let him use you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, we end up getting more than one.
Oh, absolutely, man. Let's go back to the coffee shop video. I watched this the other day to like remind myself, man, there was a lot going on in this video.
Yeah.
Was that fun to you, or was that work to you? Because I'm sure that was, well, I don't know if you were there the whole time, but there was a lot going on in that.
Yeah, I was there most of the time. It was an experience. Now looking back, of course, it was fun, and it's beautiful and amazing, and I'm thankful. I appreciate Jock, you know what I'm saying, for the opportunity. You know, Block, Harv, Puff, Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate them. I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? They were telling me to get on it. I was just, okay, I'm coming in. I drop a little verse. They were like, well, this is going to be the single. I was like, ugh, okay. Crece, man. So, you know, so we gonna shoot a video. But I'm looking at the production. I'm like, this for real. This is crazy. This a movie. This look like, you know, something like the Eddie Murphy movie. Where they,
Oh yeah, the Nutty Professor.
type.
Yeah, they had Jock in the fat suit.
All that type.
Had him as a midget.
All that type.
Duval was in the video.
Yeah, they made me. You see them clothes I had on?
They gave you those, huh?
I ain't picked that up. That was a whole argument. Block had to come in. Hey, come on, man. All right, I know you ain't gonna send my representation, so you know what I'm saying. I know, so, man. Yeah, but yeah, it was, looking back at it, you know, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what PRPs was. I didn't know it was a purpose for them. I know they was too slim at the point in time we were wearing our clothes. They was, hey man, what these A-Life shoes is? Man, give me some Jordans. Give me what these. But nah, everything ended up working out. Everything ended up working out for the betterment.
No, that video is still a classic, man.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hood Figga, like you record this. What's your thoughts? Like, you even thinking ahead, or you just like, here you go, Bly, this is what you wanted, or?
No, I wasn't even. I'm thinking, I'm finna just make another record I can try to sell. All I gotta do is just put in what I got going on, and it was easy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't hard. It ain't hard when you really, you know, when you pull something that's real to you, and you formulate it in the format of a song on the right beat. That's how you make a record.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way other than copying somebody else of what they're doing. You trying to do some originals, just take some stuff you know, formulate it on the right note, right key, with the right bounce, you know, and then, you know, you should come out with a good song. So yeah, I wasn't thinking hit, nothing. And that's kind of like right now, to the day when I write for other people, I write for myself, I don't go in the studio like, boy, I'm finna make a hit.
Because you never know, right?
I don't know. You might like a record, I might like a record, and T3 might say it ain't it. And I can fight them all day. And then we get with you like, so that ain't it. And I got 3 more records I play. I don't like these records, and y'all pick the same record. Now I gotta, you feel me? So you don't really, it ain't about what you like, it's about which one is. And you should just make dope music, bro.
Yeah.
Make dope music, stop. Don't worry about what's happening, because what's happening already don't happen. You can get a piece of what's happening, but it already don't happen. So you trying to copy somebody, I wouldn't do that.
You got to be a trendsetter.
Yeah, period. That way you last.
Yeah.
And last.
15 years later, 16 years later, talk about the crowd's reaction when you perform this song today.
Now or then?
Now.
It's the same thing.
Sure it is.
It's the same thing. So it brings out something in people. It's relatable. It's a section in the world that's carved out all over the world. I've been around the world, blessings, thankful. And it's called the hood. You know, you got, Brazil, you got the favelas, you know what I'm saying? You got the private, you got different spots, but it's a hood that's, got its own rules, regulations, authority, and government. And when you say hood nigga, you talking about that carved off section of the world that governs itself, that has its own judges, its own, it's its own world, all over the world.
Like I said, I don't think this song will ever die. You know what I'm
Can't.
saying? Like, this shit's always gonna be a hit.
Energy don't die.
Yeah.
So,
The remix had Jeezy on it, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it had Jeezy, Big Boy, John Jones.
Yeah, this was a time where there was multiple remixes
Ross.
of a song. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rose. Yeah. Blessings, man. And that's it. But yeah, it did. It had Jeezy on it.
Yeah.
On the one that they put out right big on I mean, yeah.
And you had the partnership with Bad Boy South, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So like, did you get to meet Diddy? Did you guys have conversations, or what was that relationship like?
Yeah, I've met Diddy on multiple occasions. We've had conversations. He ended up getting on Echo.
Yep.
It was a pop record I had that ended up going rhythmic and then pop. Yeah. Man, dope businessman. Bro, get to the money. He presents a lot of people, giving a lot of people opportunities. I appreciate Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So then, you're working on your debut album. What was that process like? 'Cause this is your first project, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially by yourself too. So did you you just making songs, just stacking them? Did you go in like, all right, I got to make a certain type of album, or?
Once Hood niggas started doing what it did, I just I just have a connection. So I knew I had to. I was like, man, I gotta get some words in there that help push the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? Without losing who I'm gaining. You understand what I'm saying? And God was just telling me, don't worry about this album. Just do what you do. Do what you do. And that first album, it did what it did.
Oh yeah.
It did what it did unexpectedly. Recouped early. The second album. Oh, well, I'm gonna let you keep going. But then, yeah. So I was just in the, giving it what I got. Was not a professional. I had a lot of help, a lot of guidance, as I do now. You know what I'm saying? I can see what I had then with the eyes that I have now a lot more. Yeah.
One of my favorites on there is Last Time I Checked.
Mine too.
Yeah.
And that was Hard's favorite. That was Hard wanted that to be the second single.
Really?
Yeah. Last time I checked. When I heard I think Nipsey did a song like that. When I was like, I liked his better than mine, but
For real?
I like, man, I love Nipsey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I heard he had did it, you know what I'm saying, hey, but when I did, also it had a California flavor on it. So, I definitely went in, I think one of 50 producers did it. I can't remember who it was. That did his first album, did that, and that's why I had that LA, the West Coast bounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everything you rap about on that song is like still relevant today.
Yeah. It was real.
Yeah.
Man, one thing, man, real don't get old. Real just
Yeah, it doesn't expire.
legendizes.
Yeah. All this led to you being on the Freshman cover in 2008 with Boozy, Rich Boy, you got Plies, Dro, Lupe.
Yeah.
Like, what's your reaction when they invite you for this?
I don't know what's going on, man. I'm still not no rapper.
It's still not no
I'm
rapper.
still not no rapper. I'm like, man, okay, these folk want to put me on was the Source or the XXL, Double XL.
Yeah.
I wasn't the kid that was buying it, tearing it off, putting it on the wall. That wasn't me. I wasn't, so I just going with the flow. Thankful.
Yeah.
And I believe in riding the wave, bro. Everything, you gotta believe in what things you don't see sometimes. Things you don't have to know everything. You don't have to see it. You gotta have faith that it's being saw. If you ain't got a third eye, somebody around you got one.
That was real. Yeah. So then comes Lost. This, I don't know if your fans were ready for Lost, but talk about the inspiration when you created this song.
That was on God's time. That's the spirit, the Holy Ghost, it is real. And it take over sometimes. And that record was before its time. So, but I was going through something, of course. And I'm like, why why is have-nots and have-lots? Why I always got it? Why did I get chosen to go through this terrain of path of a life, you know? And you realize that because I'm gonna use you to relate and be relatable to my other children that's going through the same tough terrain. And once they can relate to you and they see what you're doing and what you got going on, then they can come to me too and understand that everything's gonna work out. 'Cause we got you.
Yeah.
You know, y'all ain't out here by yourself.
Yeah, it's such a powerful record.
Yeah, lost. We all get lost. You know what I'm saying? But it's more about being able to find the road, find the path. You know, you can find the path again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne gets on the remix. How does that happen? And what you think of his verse the first time you heard it?
I didn't see that coming.
You didn't see that?
I didn't see that coming. I gave the record. I gave the record a block. He popped up I was at the studio all night. He popped up in the morning. I gave him the record. He did a walkthrough, and then he hit it. And he come back. He might have came back like during the evening time for a second, and then he hit it again. Then I ain't see him. And I asked him about, you know, hey, what you think? And he ain't telling me nothing.
He's not telling you nothing.
He like, man. Then when he do, he like, this might be a little too early. You know, we might need to wait on the third album for this one. So I'm like, that's all good. I'm used to, you know, he gonna give me the real. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep working. And he came back to the studio. He had Wayne on the record. So you feel me? It was like
we're not holding this record no more.
he went and did it ASAP. So you know what I'm saying? You know, and I appreciate Wayne for that. I've, multiple times. Thank you. You know what I'm saying, my brother. Yeah. Because it put more light. Okay, Gorilla Zoe but Gorilla Zoe ain't the only one. Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we all, you know what I'm saying, go through real trying times in life. You know, you can always, about how you fall, it's how many times you get up. You know, how hard of a punch can you take? You know, it ain't about how hard you can punch. You know what I'm saying? So that was a special record, man, and I'm thankful for it. Yeah. And I hope it did what it did for whoever it did it for.
Yeah, I'm sure it helped a lot of people get through some tough times in their life.
When everybody was, you know, bouncing, like, we need a club banger. We need something like what Tip got, what Jeezy got. And I'm like, I mean, I follow what they got, but I know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And what I'm doing is following something. I'm not following man. I don't follow man. I don't follow no man. But I don't tell that to people. I hold myself accountable to a higher power. You know what I'm saying? So I know whether it win or fail to man, as long as I'm doing right with my dad, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. And Echo is on the second album. Talk about this song, because once again, I don't think they was ready for this. Not from Gorilla Zoe at the time. Yeah,
that was a fight.
Your block?
Nah, I mean, he was fighting for me. It was.
Okay.
I'm hearing the fight come back from Bad Boy. I'm dealing with my brothers. I'm dealing with my dogs. I'm dealing with the engineers. I'm dealing with everybody. So some people like, yeah. Some people like, damn, Zoe, this is gonna be a depressing ass album. We don't need no more of these, bro. Come on, man. We trying to turn up, man. You know what we trying to do? We trying to get back out here on this road and continue. You know, what's another juice box? We trying to come on, man. We know what we trying to do, man. We trying to do what we do. But when you led in that direction. And nothing I could do. It was on my soul, heavy, you know. And what I did was, it's done. It worked. And I remember because of Lost, I remember we was in Germany. was in Germany, and I'm walking. We was in Frankfurt. I'm walking around the square, walking around the square like where the springs, whatever, where the water shoot out. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking around the little square, walking around it, and I'm listening to this, what you would call today as a Zoom call, but really it's a conference call where you got to go in, you got to type the number in. So I'm listening to what they're saying. They like, well, we can't pull the record back. It's number one added. They already don't add it here, and now rhythmic stations are jumping on it. So we can't pull it back. But we ain't shooting no video. I'm like, what?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't, because my young mind, where I was at, I didn't understand. They were like, we're not shooting no video. So I'm really hot. I'm like, man, they don't want to support, what I got going on to put my money up, also, and do what I do, but it was immaturity, you know what I'm saying? And I could understand where they were coming from. And you have a hip hop artist, and we market him towards hip hop, but now he's dancing in, rhythmic and pop. It's hard when you're talking about where I'm gonna spend my marketing dollars, or where I'm gonna spend my advertisement dollars, where I'm gonna spend my promotional dollars at. That's true spread. That's why labels separate divisions. You have a rock division, you have a hip hop division, you have an alternative division, and all these divisions, they have their own budgets. So when you got an artist that's dancing in all of those places, we don't have what is this? Who fuck we signed? And I can get it now as a CEO, and you know what I'm saying? When I gotta look and say, okay, hey, where we spending the money at, or what are we doing here? Okay, we got Dog, he going down the rap direction. We already spend the money here, we can send somebody else down this direction. We dealing with the same people, the same stuff. If somebody veer off and go do country on me, now I gotta go say, hey, how you doing somewhere else?
Yeah.
Somebody veer off and do bounce. I'm a man T3, he got a bounce record called What Would You Do? It was new terrain, a new place to go spend it. So, but it's all good.
Yeah. What It Is with Rick Ross and Colossus. That's probably more of the type of records they wanted from you.
Yeah. And it worked. We shot the video, it worked, it did what it did. Clockwork, it fit right where it's supposed to have fat at, if I'm saying it right.
I think it's fit.
It fat where it fat.
One of my favorites on there is the record with Gucci and OJ,
Helluvalife.
Yeah,
Helluvalife. Helluvalife is that's his favorite.
Yeah. It's a classic, man.
One of my favorites. We end every show with Helluvalife.
Do you really?
Yeah, Helluvalife, one of them records. It just, I don't care what you got going on or what you had going on throughout your life, presently in your life, and what you might have going on in the future of your life. If you can hear what I'm saying, you've lived a hell of a life. It's a blessing. To be able to even be born, the numbers and the statistics, and to be able to be born healthy enough where you can understand good, bad, positive, and negative. You know what I'm saying? You got a sound mind. Yeah, everything and don't go in the direction we want to go in. And that, a lot of times, is our fault. We feel like we control the narrative and we want it to go a certain way. So when it doesn't go that way, we become disappointed and move in different directions. But it's already designed, for us to move in a certain way. So if we move in that certain way as designed, then everything falls in place. It's when we put our hands in the mix.
Yeah.
I got it. I can manifest the destiny of my way. Okay, you can. But if it falls, you go beat yourself up. You didn't create this. You can learn how it goes. You can recognize numbers. You can read signs. You can catch all that. But you didn't design it. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't design it, man, fall in line.
Real shit. And around this time, you were featured on a lot of remixes, a lot of records, man. Dey Know. Talk about this one with Shawty Lo.
Oh, that was dope. Man, Lo, man, first of all, man, rest in power. Lo, one of the most brilliant minds, hustlers I've ever known. You know what I'm saying? Man, good heart. You know, all he did was take care of all of us. Big dog. You know what I'm saying? So, Lo had motion before. Lo was motion.
Yeah,
so
before he even thought about making a rap song.
Lo was motion, man. Lo was motion. So when they called, said, man, Lo wants you to get on the record. That was a no-brainer. I'm getting on anything Lo had, anything bro had going on. You better, because it's gonna win. If you go against him, you're a fool. If you bet against Lo, you a fool. You a fool. The man, listen what I'm saying, literally, bro, home, man, you better bet with him. I'm betting with the house when it comes to Lo. If Lo the house, I'm betting with the house.
Independent remix with Webbie. How did that one come about?
Same thing, I'm coming in town, come back to the studio, and they just, you know, at this time, I'm doing 5 shows a week, 6 shows a week. I'm coming in like one day. You come in, studio open, everything done, the records you gotta get on the lined up. It's like, you don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? You come in and, okay, woo, woo. And you can hear, while you're on the road, you can hear, you might not know what's going on in this, you won't know what's going on in the city unless somebody call and tell you, unless when you come in, because you don't have time to be in the city, in your own city, whatever city you from. You don't have time to be going to club in your own city. Now you trying to get the region, and then you're trying to get the coast, and you're trying to get, you know, whether East Coast, Eastern time or Mountain time or whatever time you trying to, till you spread out. And then once you do that, nationally, you're trying to go internationally. So being able to come back, you know what I'm saying, and like, they were like, okay, somebody called, you got to get on the Webbie record. It was a no, I fuck with Will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, boosting, you know what I'm saying, for sure.
Yeah, club banger, man.
Yeah.
Then February 2010.
What's up with you, bro?
Man, wake my car so make sure it's sleep ass off the porch.
Bro, boy, wait, come on, bro. That boy high as a motherfucker. That's my dog.
Damn.
Well, have a drink. Have a drink.
Have some water.
Sip some water. My brother. Was that you straight back there?
Oh, you up? Yeah. All right, so Zoe, February 2010, you do some unheard of. You drop a mixtape every day.
I thought he was about to say something else. He did something unheard of. I went to put my, oh my.
What the fuck he did?
Fuck, you know. What you know? Here come the skeletons.
No, you dropped a full mixtape, every day in February.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
It was a bet.
Who bet you this?
Yeah. I'm about to say NDA. No, it was a lot. It was a lot, boy. It wasn't no one-on-one bet. It was a whole lot going on.
Well, y'all just in the studio, someone comes up with this idea. What you mean?
So I'm going to the studio every day. Like, I know. I'm like, bro, I'm turning records in. And Block liking them. I'm like, what we doing? I don't really understand the game at this point in time. I don't know. I gotta wait a whole nother year. To drop something.
Yeah,
I just dropped the album.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta wait 12 months or 18 months or 2 years before, you know, you gotta let people want the album. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, man, I'm making music. I'm ready to drop this shit. I'm like, this ain't how I go. But I was already ready for the mixtape world. So I'm like, what I'm gonna do with this? I can make an album every day. Why I gotta wait 2 years to make one album? What is this? I can make an album every day. Man, you can't make an album every day. Yes, I can. So here come, you know, everybody coming in, 50 niggas. It's like a dice game. So everybody got something on it. So look, halfway through that motherfucker, I'm finna lose everything. I'm about to quit. Well, what I got myself into, I'm doing 10 songs a day. We 14 days in. We on 7 to 7. I look up, but February ain't got number 28 days, boy. I ain't got number another 14. I got 4 sevens, so I got 2 sevens out the way. I'm like, man, how can I get out of this? I can't get out of it because I don't went public. I don't tell.
Oh yeah, the fans were lining up on that pit waiting for this shit to drop.
So look, I'm asleep. I'm upstairs, dead to the world. I'm coming with, hey man, you got to get up. So I'm basically waking up eating, and recording. We mixing, take a photo shoot. They doing the graphics right. Everything's happening downstairs in the studio. I don't build a studio in my house, and now you know what I'm saying. I don't calm myself into building a studio. I have on. So I'm 100,000. I'm already in the hole. I can't lose everything. So now we end up finishing it. But that's how it started. It was like, I think it was a rib up. You know, I think man, well, I bet he can't do. We're gonna rib him up to do it. It was a bet. When he bet, then it's gonna work out for everybody anyway. So you know how it go.
I don't think it's been done since then.
Nah.
If it was, that's incredible. But.
Nah, ain't nobody did that. They should put him in the Guinness Book of World. That come with a check, the Guinness. If it don't, y'all can keep it. Accolade.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you worked with Sonny Digital on one of these tapes, right? Or maybe multiple of these tapes at the time?
That's what, man, that was another thing. When I was thinking, I'm like, you know, it was multiple producers that was, you know, coming to the house. Mm-hmm. And these young niggas was cranking up. I'm in the, you know, the studio with MPC, motherfucker, they bringing their boards, and Triton, they bringing all kind of, you know, ticker tankers and, you know, things, and he making the beat. Man, these little niggas is coming to the crib. It was Sonny, Metro, Spinz. These little niggas come to the crib. You can't, with a computer, with a laptop, and putting on hit. Now it's everybody, but I'm saying you gotta think then, while I'm off busting out real hardware, these little niggas coming in and making yarmulkes in 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm talking about what shit I ain't never heard. I'm talking about the way that snares and they understood what was the future. Mm-hmm. And you know, I had no master, you know, the auto-tune thing, I had got it from Payne, so I had years with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew how fast I could make a record. So I was like, I know what y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what these little niggas is cranking up so much shit at the house. All I gotta do is, you know, do my little 1-2. I'm not making perfection of an album. I'm just dropping mixtapes. So that was part of Sonny. Yeah, he did a lot of that.
Yeah.
He did a lot of it, and I'm glad that he was able to, because I seen him get tired. He was like, man, what is this gonna do? I'm making beats. What are we doing? Like, this is, yeah, I can do it, but I'm glad he had vision, and he's been a blessing, and it blessed him. You know what I'm saying? To be able to put in all that work within that short amount of time, but that popped him. It was like, who is Sonny? You knew the tag by then, Sonny Digital. Oh, yeah. Like every day people plug it in. You feel me? So yeah.
Do you regret doing it or?
No.
Okay.
No. It burnt me out for a year or two.
I can imagine, yeah.
It burnt me out for a year or two, but eventually, you know, the hunger came back. You know what I'm saying, and hunger for doing different music. I wanted to stretch the limit. At this point in time, I knew that I had a gift, so I wanted to stretch the limit of what kind of music I could make and where I could go. Well, God, how far you gonna take me? How far? Where am I going? And I'm not gonna let nothing hold me back. I'm just gonna ride the wave. Yeah.
Yeah. You connected with Flo Rida.
Yeah.
How did that whole situation come about?
Beautiful. I mean, me and Flo been, you know, from the beginning we was running into each other doing shows. Flo was doing a lot of hood shows with me before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, before he went pop, he had some hits. Some street hits.
Yeah, he had some street hits. So we were doing a lot of shows together. And then, you know, he ended up catching, you know, of course, you know what I'm saying, the Low record caught. Then he still ain't stopped to this day. He's still whacking them across the head. But we ended up doing a couple shows overseas, and you know, when it was time for everybody else to turn around, then we did like Germany, Japan, we were touring. For everybody else to turn around, he just kept going. Singapore, he kept dropping them. Yeah, he kept dropping them. But I was like, man, look, I want to do something different. It's time for me to do something different. After doing that, all the mixtapes, I was, you know, I want to do something different. So I had some meetings set up. They had some meetings set up for me in Miami, and I wanted a new horizons. So new life, check out more life, not new life, more life.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what Miami was. I ended up going down there rocking with bro a decade, like 8 years, 9 years. You know what I'm saying? I was down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So big shout to IMG, strong arm, everybody over there. You know what I'm saying? Love it. You know what I'm saying? Real ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Solid.
Yeah, so you touched on earlier about writing for other artists. How did that opportunity come about for you?
When I was Mike Karen.
Okay.
Mike Karen reached out, I guess the block. They sent me out to LA. I first went in the studio. I think I did like 27 hooks in a weekend. In a weekend. Like, nah, Zoe, you're gonna be good at this. Because I'm able, it's your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Having empathy, right? Having empathy allows you to look at somebody's point of view, perspective. So it also allows me to, once I find out a little something about you, be able to jump in your shoes and spit for you. Yeah.
So you prefer to know who you're writing for then?
Of course.
Okay.
You know, yeah. I mean, some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff you just doing like, I want to try this. I like this music. I'm gonna try that. But when you bullseye, yeah, you want to know. You want to know because you want to know what they will do, and what they won't do, what they can do, and what they can't do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did you ever write a hook for someone and be like, damn, I should have kept that shit for myself?
Fucking yes. NDA.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, damn, I already sold it.
Yeah. I don't try to put, you be like, boy, I'm gonna send you another one.
Yeah, for real.
I'm like, no, you won't.
Yeah, that's
no,
the one.
It's the
We
one.
need this one.
Yeah, no, you won't send me another one. Yeah.
2020, I think it was like during the pandemic, you went crazy. You started dropping a bunch of projects again, man.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration during that time?
I wanted to learn something I didn't know, and I knew that a lot of people didn't know. I know I got a gift, trajectory. So understanding numbers, speed. I wanted to learn algorithms. I wanted to know what was gonna happen. So dropping some C records or D records, for me, just dropping a bunch of D records. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I learned, how I learned it, because you
gotta learn it yourself.
You gotta learn
right?
it yourself. Call me personally. Do
some consultations.
We'll talk. But once I understood the horology of it, the time, speed, and space of how the algorithm would show the math and things would catch, I knew I had something. And I still got it. Yeah. It's here, but now, with AI or whatever, these different programs, of course, but to actually know what you're doing as an artist is nuts. So that's what that came from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So today, 2023, what motivates you, what inspires you to keep creating today?
2023. All right, so 2023, I can see everything. God pulled the scales off my eyes. I've been granted access, and I'm stepping in the shoes that I am who I am now, and I know who I am, and I got brothers and sisters that's been stepping, and it's time for me to step with them in a real way. So we all moving in one place, we marching in one direction, for us as a whole. No child left behind. This ain't about me. So I'm gonna give more than I've ever been able to give. And we're about to get everything that we deserve. So 2023, you're gonna hear a lot of new artists, a lot of different artists, a lot of dope artists. you'll see a lot of business. Because it ain't just about music. This is about the blood. You know what I'm saying? This about the tribes. This is about us. And I'm awake now. And I'm back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They Should Have Never Fed the Animals. Is that the next project?
Name of the next album.
Okay.
Yeah. So coming out the gate, it ain't we coming. So, you know what I'm saying? You got gorillas, you got wolves, you got lions, you got eagles, and you got all kind of things coming. But the table is about to flip. And when it flip, it won't flip back. The whole board is about to flip. And listen what I'm saying, this time when it flips, it won't be flipping back ever. So that's what we're working on. I think the first song that everybody's gonna hear, first couple songs we sending out is gonna be Dirty Gloves. That's gonna be my first single.
Okay.
Featuring my man Cage, produced by Cutter. Along with that, at the same time, DJ T3, we're dropping his single. It's featuring myself, him, Detroit Barbie, and Big Boogie.
Oh, that's big right there.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, and it's something that ain't nobody heard before. It's he's taking his Memphis background and his New Orleans background and mixed that street with bounce. So it's hard, and that's what we're doing with building avenues. And he got people that's coming up under his wing. We got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? And just, stay tuned, Hood Figga Music Group. It's a real thing. It's a royal priesthood, hood niggas.
That's dope right there, man. Yeah. So talk about being a father. Like, what is being a father, fatherhood taught you about life?
Fatherhood is sacrifice. Fatherhood is love. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be as involved as you can be and being able to take the hits you need to take. For me, I didn't get to watch every day of his childhood. I had to change some generational curses. I had to get out here and make something out of nothing, But thank God, I remember Block was telling me early they were kids. He was like, man, God gonna take care of them kids, man. You need to do what you gotta do for you. And to this day, my brother, I still got little ones. You know what I'm saying? He grown. I got some little ones. So, bro, being able to provide, even though everybody want everything, as a man, as a father, it is being able to provide and protect. It's a lot of P's, you know what I'm saying? But those are the first 2 P's you better, provide and protect. Everything else, comes after that. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be, hey, I'm here every day, being, mama. No, dog, you got to get out there and fight. You got to get it, and that's what it is. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. So fatherhood is being able to fight, being able to have faith, being able to provide and protect.
Creating the exit plan.
Okay, that's next. Creating the exit plan. Yeah, cause we going somewhere. We going somewhere. We going up.
Yeah. What else you working on right now, Zoe? We know music. Anything outside of music you got your hands into?
Of course, real estate.
Okay.
Man, right now we just trying to build.
Vapes.
Yeah, vapes. We're trying to build an empire. So trucking, so what?
Your screens.
Oh yeah. So we working on. You definitely gonna get the Gorilla Zoe marijuana strands of cannabis. We're into
really?
that.
Okay.
Yeah. The nicotine vapes. We into that. You know, of course, real estate, and you know, the trucking, and you know, a lot of merch. Yeah. Touring.
Well, you
Movies.
still booked up, like,
Yeah,
you
for
know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like, it's 2008.
Yeah, we'll be in Boston next week. This weekend coming up, you know. Beantown, you coming? You already know. Hey man, this don't stop.
Yeah.
It don't stop, man. And one thing about it, man, is forward and forward only. No, like you. That's only you want. You want the key to success. Don't stop. Don't keep working. Keep working. Keep working. They talking. Keep working. They cry. Keep working. It hurt. Keep working. Don't make keep working. After they keep working, you look up one day, you just been working and that you don't even remember the people that were talking or when it hurt or none of that. You just keep rework yourself out and keep working. We gonna get there.
Real shit right there, man. All right, so you got any shout outs you like to give before we wrap it up here today, brother?
Man, shout out to the Heavenly Father for blessing us with this opportunity. I want to say, thank you to everybody, all the good people. You know what I'm saying? All my G's. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? The real ones. You know what I mean? And get ready. We coming. Whole team. In a major way. Thank y'all for the opportunity.
Oh, no problem.
Off the porch.
Love to having you here today, man.
Oh.
Clean hands, dirty gloves, what it is and what it was. All business, no love, never waited.